should Americans vote for you for president?
You know, I think, great question, Eric. Perhaps the most important reason is I think God wastes none of the characteristics he's given us. I was blessed to be bald at 57 years old by the good Lord, and one of the things I say is that the truth of my life disproves the lies of the radical left. I am living proof that the American dream is alive and it is well, and that no matter where you start in this country, if you work hard, work on your character, have strong grit, all things are possible. I'm a big believer in Ephesians 3:20 that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or imagine. And when you're a kid growing up in a single-parent household, mired in poverty, you look around and you don't see any real reasons to be optimistic about your future. Learning from a mother the power of work, learning from a mentor that all things are possible, and yes, having a job is good, but creating jobs is better. Having an income, you've done well, but if you can create a profit, you can change your community. Having the ability to look at the left, the far radical left, and say that what I have experienced as a person in this amazing country is in fact proof that the lies that you're selling, that weaponizing race and class whenever you're losing an argument, you can't do that with me. I find myself in a position where, having had a miserable beginning and succeeded as a catalyst for why we should believe that America's best days are still ahead of her. Number one. Number two, my experience as a small business owner allows me to understand the weight that the government puts on your shoulders, whether it's local, state, or federal. If you want to see a chief executive in action, start a small business. And millions of Americans have done so. We know that you yearn for freedom and liberty. You want to have the independence to decide your own path when you're a small business owner. These coming together, a tough start being a small business owner, and then having a chance to provide the American people with the largest tax cut in American history in 2017. It's one of the three primary authors of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. Really, I think, makes me qualified to run our economy, be commander-in-chief, as well as allow my life story to disprove the lies of the radical left.
One of the very first and most frequently asked questions from the crowd for you is, what was it like to go to The View?
Yes. You know, that's a really good question. It was a fascinating experience for them, and it was an interesting experience for me. Yeah. People think because I'm optimistic and positive that maybe I'm just a nice guy and that's all. The truth is that when you say something that is disgusting, offensive, and undeniably wrong, I'm the guy you don't want to watch. And going on The View to have a conversation about their comments and going toe-to-toe with Whoopi and the rest of the hosts, unfortunately, Joy Blackface Behar did not decide to show up for the conversation she started. I look forward to that kind of conflict because I want to resolve the issue. You don't have to be an exception if you're an African American to succeed in this world. All you have to do is go as high as your character and your grit and your hard work will take you. That's the truth of where we are as a nation. My grandfather, born in 1921 in segregated South Carolina, he would have had to have been an exception. My mother, never mind when she was born, may have had to be an exception. But I, born in I didn't want to get in trouble, in the 1960s, our country has evolved so far that listening to the women of The View tell me that I don't know what it means to be black in America. Tell me that you have to be an exception and not just a rule to succeed in this nation. Don't get me fired up about defending the nation I love and the understanding of who I am because of the amazing journey that we have all taken. Remember, you said I won Congress in the place where the Civil War started. In 2010, I ran against Strom Thurmond's son. I'm a black guy, by the way. So think about it. The place where the Civil War starts, I'm in a Republican primary with 90% of the voters who are white. They had a choice between me and the son of Strom Thurmond, a powerful figure in our state. I won because of the evolution of the American heart. People judged me on the content of my character, not the color of my skin. We need to get that right and tell the whole story of American progress. That's why I'm so excited to go on shows like The View or have one of my first town halls in a black church in a small town. I want people to understand that conservatism works. It doesn't work for the rich, it doesn't work for the poor, it doesn't work for the black, it doesn't work for the white. It works for America because we're applying judicial Christian foundations and principles, and when they permeate the soils of our land, the greatest things happen.
Related to that,